Valley Club, with a ton of characters already in Marvel Strike Force and a new one added every 10 days or so, it can be kind of confusing, especially if you're a new and mid-game player deciding which characters and which teams to build up. So in this video, we are going to make it easy for you, updating the list on the best teams in Marvel Strike Force right now. And if you're ready to see them, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having an excellent day, and I hope you're ready to see what are the best teams in Marvel Strike Force right now. We're going to count them down for you in this video. And if you get some value from the video today, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new Marvel Strike Force video goes up, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what kind of content you want to see coming up on this channel. But let's get in the game and talk about some of the characters that you are not going to see on this list, because some of these characters are so good, but they don't have a team. And I'm talking about two on this list right now. Of all the legendary characters, there are pretty much two that are made to go in multiple different teams. Quasar and Blastar, they're very, very good characters, and they were kind of made to slot into multiple different teams. So they're kind of floater characters. They're very good, but they're not going to be on this list. And neither will any of these mythic characters. Professor X, Mephisto, Odin, three of the top characters in the game. They're not on any team in particular, so they are not going to be on this list, but these are some of the best characters in the game. But let's start off with the team that I have at number 10 this month. It is the Starjammers. They are a very good Cosmic Crucible team, and they don't have too much value outside of that, except for a couple characters. Lilandra, you need her to unlock Professor X, and Havoc is pretty good in any other type of mutant content. In any kind of mutant hybrid teams, he will slot in and be very, very good. Now, Howard the Duck and Havoc, in addition to Lilandra, I did take in that a Cosmic Hero section of the Professor X saga, and they were very good. Unless you're really into Cosmic Crucible, I don't see a reason to build up Rocket and Groot at this point. I know there's a lot of hybrid teams that feature just Lilandra or just Havoc, so I think these are the two most valuable characters. And in terms of their value in the game, you're going to get value from them in Cosmic Crucible and from a few of these characters in the Professor X saga. Moving on to our first raid team on the list, it is a Thunderbolts. Now, the way that I value teams in Marvel Strike Force, the way I build these is Arena is first, because that is your main source of power cores. Raid teams are always pretty valuable to me. I know they're switching up the way the raids are kind of done with the Annihilation raids, more of a check-in and not really like a gameplay, like a strategic puzzle that we got to solve. But even with that said, just because it's something that we need to do every day, I'm going to put the Thunderbolts on the list. So with that said, if you don't have this team built up, basically what you're missing out on a daily basis, though, is the difference in rewards between difficulty 7 and difficulty 9, potentially for the Annihilation raids. So I do think that they are great to be built up. Now, their value outside of raids is pretty questionable. They are okay in war. They're okay defensively in Cosmic Crucible, and if you don't take a meta team, they probably will do some damage to your offense. But you're taking a meta team against these guys, they can handle that. I mean, even an older team like Cabal can handle these guys. They're okay in war. A lot of war, at least to me, is just throwing teams in there that could build other teams. I see this team on defense in war a lot, so they're an okay team. And if you're serious about getting those rewards in raids, there's increased rewards from difficulty 7 to difficulty 9. They're going to be a valuable thing because you're going to do that every day. But yeah, I'd say at this point, they're still one of the top teams in the game, but not as valuable as they were last week. And moving on with the list are the Annihilators. Yes, the Fantastic Four MCU has replaced them in Arena, but you're still going to get value from the Annihilators. And when I'm talking about them, I'm talking mainly about Endgame Thanos, Gore, and Gladiator. Not a lot of use for Ultimus and Silver Surfer nowadays. There may be some hybrid teams or some very specific situations that you may want to use these characters in, but you're going to get a lot of value from Thanos, Gore, and Gladiator fitting into multiple hybrid teams. The main place you're going to get value from them is Cosmic Crucible and War. You could also take them into the Professor X saga. I took Thanos and Gore into the Professor X saga, and they were very good there. I think if I redid this nowadays, I probably would take Gladiator over Gore, but yeah, they're going to give you value in those main areas, plus any like limited time events like Pocket Dimensions or Towers or any other type of temporary content in the game. They will give you value, but I'm mainly just talking about Endgame Thanos, Gore, and Gladiator at this point. The Uncanny Avengers is also raid team. This is a team that I thought would fall off a long time ago. I thought the Spotlight raids would be out before the Orcus raids are out. They switched it up on us though, and the Spotlight raids are still in, the Orcus raids are out, the Annihilation raids are in. So we still need to build up these Uncanny Avengers. If you want to get those top rewards, those top difficulty 9 rewards, this is a required trait in those Annihilation raids, and they still will have some Cosmic Crucible and War value splitting off into the Mortal X-Men, which Racial Summers also splits off into, and now they're a little better in Cosmic Crucible. They also have the Mighty Avengers and Hercules, Falcon, and a few others that slot into War. So this team will give you value, not only the Spotlight raids, but also in the Annihilation raids, and are going to give you split off into different teams in Cosmic Crucible and War. So yeah, this is a pretty good team in my estimation. All right, next on the list is the Astral team. They are meant for Battle World, which we know we're getting a new version of Battle World coming up very soon. The devs, last time they mentioned it, they did target September. So it could be very, very shortly that we get a new Battle World team. And this Astral team was designed for Null, not necessarily designed for the upcoming Century Void boss. So while this team is a pretty good team right now, at least when we're getting the Null Battle Worlds returning. As soon as we get the new version of Battle World, this team will fall off in Battle World. However, they still have a lot of value in Cosmic Crucible, a lot of value in War. Emma Frost just got a lot more value, and in the current Danger Room, she's actually pretty good. Shadow King is useful in many, many game modes and was involved in Arena Meta before we got the Fantastic Four MCU. Doctor Strange is always annoying because if you don't deal with him, he could bring some characters back to life. Ancient One and Moondragon are also annoying. So this is a very, very tough team. They will be falling off, but as of right now, no new Battle World has been announced, so they are making a list in this top spot, ladies and gentlemen. Next on the list is the Night Stalkers. We got Blade and Oath, which are valuable in many, many game modes. In your Professor X sagas, in your Odin sagas, these are two of the most valuable characters for City. Now that we have the Insidious 6, you do have some other options, but before we had the Vigilantes in the game, these were the two top City characters in Marvel Strike Force. Agatha, even though she is an older character, her rework is still making her very, very, very valuable. Man Thing has that pre-match taunt if you have 3 or more Night Stalker allies. Moon Knight fills out the team in the raids and is very good in the raids. However, a lot of times you're dropping him when you're using this team outside the raids. Frankly, the two characters, the most valuable characters, are Blade and Oath. These are the two characters most frequently used in hybrid teams and used in other teams. Once in a while, you'll see Agatha with the group, and then if you need a pre-match taunt, you're bringing Man Thing, and then maybe some other character like a Null or a Mephisto or some other group that synergizes with these characters based on what you are facing on defense. But yeah, very, very good squad. Blade is very good. Oath is very good. I would recommend building these guys at this point if you already have something big for the Mystic section. Like maybe you've already beaten Odin, maybe you've already beaten Mephisto, and you can slot in some of their characters. You don't need to build a full Night Stalkers at this point. I think the only ones that you're going to use, unless you're using a full team, but the only ones you're going to use in hybrid teams, War and Crucible, Oath, Blade, and maybe Agatha. So yeah, build these guys. They are a very good squad, but I would not go to the moon on Man Thing and Moon Knight. Maybe Agatha, Blade, and Oath at this point, but yeah, very, very good squad. All right, and even though they're not technically available yet, if we scroll all the way to the bottom of the game, the Insidious 6 is in the game, so I am going to include them on the list. They are going to be a raid squad. Hobgoblin, Scorpion, and Superior Spider-Man are the only 3 Insidious 6 members, but they will be getting some reworks with more Sinister 6 members, in particular Vulture and Shocker. It looks like Mysterio got some big stat upgrades overnight as well. So you're going to have some options with the Sinister 6 to go along with the Insidious 6. Now, the Insidious 6 is going to be a raid team. If you want to solve the top tech raid section, the Insidious 6 is going to be that team. And for the raids, Vulture and Shocker are going to slot in, but when we're talking about other game modes, these guys are going to be very good. Crucible and War in particular, and probably taking them in as replacements for either the Night Stalkers or Vigilantes if you don't want to build those teams for the Professor X saga or whatever Mystic saga you're in. But Hobgoblin, Scorpion, very, very good. Superior Spider-Man will slot on to the Sinister or the Superior 16 for Cosmic Crucible. Scorpion going on to that Infestation team for War, and Hobgoblin is going to have some good hybrid value. But if we're looking for different teams, I would say we build the Insidious 6-6. or the 3 new Insidious 6. We build up Shocker and Vulture for the raids, but outside of that, I think Mysterio got a nice rework. His stats are very strong. And then Green Goblin Classic was probably the best of the bunch before all these reworks. Probably is as far as his kit, but obviously not going to have the best stats there. So I would build up this character as well. And then maybe if you have extra resources, Ock, Craven, and Slayer, those are the ones that I would focus on though. So yeah, this is a strong team. Raids, they're going to be valuing Crucible as some hybrids. They're going to be valuing War as some hybrids. And then you can take them into these Mystic Sagas as well for Professor X or Odin or whoever. So yeah, this is a strong team. And kind of what they're going to do with the Insidious 6, they've already done with the Hellfire Club, making them required for the raids. They are kind of required right now if you want to do the highest difficulty of every single node of the Annihilation raids. But you could slot Rachel Summers into that Immortal X-Men. Azazel goes into that Accursed team, so they're going to have value in Cosmic Crucible as well. And then Madeline Pryor and Emma Frost were on that original Hellfire Club team, not Hellfire Club, the Marauders team. So they are still going to be a good team. Only 2 of their characters got reworked. If they did something to Mr. Sinister, I would say they have a little bit more value in War, but they do have some very good Cosmic Crucible value with Azazel and Rachel Summers. And then Sebastian Shaw with his just good kit, ability to slot into multiple different teams. I think Hellfire Club is one of the top teams in the game right now. And if you're doing the Danger Room, they're a very fun team to use in the current version of the Danger Room. And the next top squad, they're kind of like 2025 Spider Society, valuable everywhere except for Arena. It is the Vigilantes. They are a strong raid team. You could argue they're the best raid team at equal stars and diamonds for different teams, but very good for that. That's what they were made for. They have no arena value, but they're very strong in Cosmic Crucible on offense or defense. Use them on offense in the Ultimate 32 and the past season, and they walk over a lot. As long as you get to do that Ultimate from Silver Sable, these guys are gonna get rolling. Very good in War as well. Same kind of thing. If you get the ability to do that Ultimate from Silver Sable, they're gonna start them rolling, and they're gonna be very good. Also, they're going to give you a lot of value in your sagas. The Professor X saga, the Odin saga, the Mephisto saga. Very cheap character in Punisher. Silver Sable is awesome. And then if you want to go with Night Stalkers or Insidious 6, you can, but I think these are 2 top characters on the team. Daredevil Modern is a great sustain character. It gives them some healing, provides some protection with his taunt. Hit Monkey does some damage. He has a stun. Very strong ultimate as well. And Electra in the raids is a beast. Outside of the raids, you might want to replace her unless it's content that has raid abilities active, like we've had with some of the more recent negative zones and things like that. So very good squad. One of the top squads in my opinion. And the top squad in the game right now is the Fantastic Four MCU. No surprise there. I've already mentioned a few times on this video. Franklin Richards and Invisible Woman are pretty much in every arena squad, offense or defense that I see. Usually defensively, I see more Mr. Fantastics. Offensively, I see more Human Torches. I don't see the Thing in a lot of these teams, even Cosmic Crucible and War. I see these 3 split up into different teams, maybe Human Torch as well, but unless you're going full team, I don't see the Thing a lot in Cosmic Crucible or War. But they are like a lot of the previous arena teams. They're good in arena. You're not going to use them in the raids, but they're going to give you value in War, value in Cosmic Crucible, and whatever temporary content, whatever towers or pocket dimensions or anything comes up like that. And yeah, I did not take these guys into the Professor X saga, but after I already unlocked Professor X, brought these guys up to Gear Tier 20 and wanted to test it out, see if they could beat it without Odin, and they can beat that last node without Odin. So even very valuable in that Professor X saga, and especially if you're looking for a solution for the cosmic heroes and don't have Odin yet, these guys are capable of unlocking Professor X if you don't have Odin yet. So that is my list. This was based on their value in the game right now. So if there's some other teams that you need to unlock certain characters like Old Man Logan or Shadow King or someone like that, well, go back and build those teams, but don't put too much resource in them. Just put in what you need to unlock those characters and then focus on these teams that were mentioned. Let me know what you think of the list. Do you agree with the list? Do you disagree with this list? Are there teams on here that you feel should be off, or are there some teams that weren't on the list that you should feel that should be on this list? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys next time. If you got some value from the video today, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new video goes up. And if you want to see what are my recommendations for the Professor X saga, my updated recommendations now that I have them unlocked, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Take care, guys.